Now, I hope you will be very confident with the fundamental join types. Okay. Now we will move into more advanced technique. Okay. Which has like complex queries. Okay. And you can try to enhance your performance as well. So this advanced joins, the first topic comes as multiple table joins. Okay. Now, in any realistic database, you will definitely have to join more than three tables. Okay. Three or more tables. Okay. If you want to construct a query. Okay. This you can do by chaining the join clauses. Chaining. You have to chain them. Okay. The logical processing flow of like this query, first you have to go from, then you go to join, where, group by, having, select. Like this way you have to go. I will share you one query. You can see this name, title, booking date from. Just copy this so that you will be able to see it much better. Format this, close this, the result. And you can see what are we doing? Select the name, title, the booking date from where? From this user table. Now, first thing here, if you write simple join, what does that mean? That means inner join. Why? Because that is the default type of join. So you can write inner join or you can write join. The way both are basically the same thing. Okay. So join user, we are joining with booking table. Now, what is the important part of join? The on clause. So how are you joining this user and booking? What is the common key? User ID is the common key. Okay. Now that you have joined this, you have to join the booking. Now this becomes the left part. You have to join booking with the show table. So inner join booking with show. Now here between them, which is the common key? Show ID is the common, so you write the on clause, show ID, booking dot show. So remember this alias. Okay, B dot show ID, S dot show ID. Okay, now we don't stop here. We can keep on joining however many tables we want. So first, what did we join? We joined user to booking. After that, we joined booking to show. And now we will be joining this show table with the movie table. Okay, so again, join this show table with movie table. On clause is important. What is the common thing between show and movie? Movie ID is the common thing. How do I know that? Because I have done the research before. If you do the research, you will also find out that movie ID is the primary key in movie table and foreign key in the show table. So you, as I told you, how does join work? Join works based on a relationships, right? Fixed relationships required. Now, since there is a relationship between these tables, that is the only reason that I am able to join these tables. Okay. So what is happening here? We're fetching name from user. We're fetching the title, the movie title, and the booking date from the booking table. Okay. So to get that, what are we trying to fetch? What is the information we're trying to get? We're trying to get the user, which movie had he booked the ticket for, and when did he book the ticket? This is the things that we're trying to fetch from this query. Now, this information is completely in different tables. So how do we get it completely in one view? So you can do that using the power of join. So if I run this query, you can see that this user has booked movie for this, has booked the ticket for this movie on this particular date. Okay, this is the power of joins. How is this working? The query executor, it will first join the user and the booking table. Okay, so the result of that join is created as a virtual table. First, the result of this join will be created. That will be created as a virtual table. Okay, then this table will be joined with the show table. Okay, then again this result will be a virtual table. Then finally this table will be joined with this movie table, and you will get your final result. Okay, understanding how the workflow is going. First, user table will be joined with booking table, and one view will be created. Okay, one temporary view will be created. So if I run just this much, okay, the movie title is somewhere in the movie, so I need to remove that. What else do I need to remove? Yeah, that's it. So if I run this much view will be created. Okay, and with this view, the next table is join show table. Okay, then after that, this view is created. After this virtual table, then finally, what is the last table that will be joined, and the final view will be created. And remember, this is just selecting. Okay, we are only displaying the select means you only have to display that much. But in the backend, it has the data when you do the join. Okay, it has the data that you need to remember. Got it? So this is how you can join the multiple tables. What else we have? List movies and the screens that they are shown. Filter this, clean this query apart. So you can see the title, the screen name is selected. Title is selected from the movie. Screen name is selected from the screen table, and show date time is selected from the show table. So first, what are we doing? We're joining the movie table. Then we're joining movie table with the show table. And then for this particular view, it is being joined with the screen table. And finally, if I run this all, you will get a view something like this. So title of the movie, which is in the movie table, screen name, which is in the screen table, and show date time, which is in the show table. Okay. So it will first join the movies with the shows, and then it will join that with the screens, which is the intermediary table here. Show is the intermediary table. Now you will say, why can't I directly join movie and screen? So as you can see, this. So as you can see, the screen information, there is no movie ID. So since there is no foreign key, is it possible to join it? No, I do not say this. Your LLM is saying that there must be a fixed table relationship. Otherwise, you will not be able to join. Okay. So since in the screen table, there is no screen ID, there is no uh, movie ID. That is the reason first we have to join the show table. And from the show table, then we can join the screen ID. This is the advanced way of joining. Okay. So this is how you can join two tables which are not having any fixed relationship. You go through a intermediary table. Which is the intermediary table here? Show table is the intermediary table. What is the thing that I wanted to join? I wanted to join movie and screen, but movie doesn't has a screen ID. Can you see? Is there a foreign key here? No, there is no screen ID in movie. You yourself have the database. Go and check. In the screen table also, there is no movie ID, so there is no common key between them. So how can we join? We have to use a intermediary table, something which will help us connect these two tables. Understood? This is how we can join two tables which do not have a relationship through an intermediary table. Now, why show ID? Because show has the movie ID, which is in the movie table, and show has the screen ID as well. Now, this screen ID is in the screen table. This is the reason we can join these two tables and we can fetch their results. Understood? Anubhav, attendance will be shared. Do not worry. Clear about this? Okay. So let's move on to the level 1 lab, the multiple join lab. Now I will be giving you a form in which you have to fill out the solution for this. Okay. So this is the lab that you have. So kindly take a minute to solve this, and the answer for this, I will give you a form. In that particular form, you can fill the solution. Okay. I'll give you some time for this. Let's say 3 minutes. I think that would be fine. Okay, done. So I will give you 2 more minutes to submit to this particular form. Okay, I'm sharing this form link with you in the chat. Kindly fill this form. I'm giving you 2 more minutes. Okay, done. I hope you are done. Because now we'll be moving ahead. Let's look at the solution. It's the same thing that we did. Selecting the name of the movie, the show, the name of the screen, the show date time. From show, inner join movie, you join it on movie ID, and then you use the show table. This will be the intermediary table. Okay, and then you join the screen on the screen ID. Okay, this is how you do it. Here I wanted to show you that it is, when I say intermediary, it is not necessary that it should be in the middle. Okay, it can be at the top as well. But using this table, we are joining these two important tables. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you. Then let's move on. Let's see if you're able to solve this one, guys. I'll give you 3 more minutes for this.
Yeah, attendance form is posted.
Thank you, Lakshmi. I don't see the attendance form. Attendance form has been shared. Kindly take a minute to fill out the attendance. This is a little tough one. If you will be able to solve it, it will be amazing. Okay, so to understand this, I need to teach you one more topic, which is called as self-join. Okay, so what is self-join? So we know that multi-level join is what we have to join one or more tables. But what about self-join? So self-join is just a normal join, but the table is joined with itself. That is the reason it is called as self-join. Okay. So to do this, you have to use table aliases. That is the important part. Okay. You have to assign different names to the table within the query itself. Only then you will be able to use the self join. So this technique, it is very useful for querying hierarchical data. Okay, or if you're making comparisons between the rows. okay, or you're doing within the table comparisons, then you can use this self join. So let's see how this self join is working. Let me take this. So this is pretty standard. I'm just selecting something from, you can see show one, show, and then I've given an alias as S1, right? And I'm given S2. Now where S1 dot screen ID is equals to S2 dot screen ID. Okay, and then there is some condition that the date time should be equal of both, and show ID should not be equal. So this query, if I tell you how to do a self join, let's change this query a little bit. Okay, so this much I will keep same. So here, after this from, I do show S1, no, I'll write an inner join. Okay, or I'll just write join. So join the show one table with the show two table on condition. I will write here on what condition? This condition S1 dot screen ID is equals to S2 dot screen ID, and there is some condition. So we will restrict this to shows on the same date. So only the shows which are on the same date, we will get that by this. Now this is a very critical condition. You can see here, no? S1 dot show ID and then less than, greater than. So this, it is trying to avoid a show. Okay, it is trying to avoid matching a show with itself. We want to prevent the duplicate pairs. That is the reason we do it. So what is the main important thing I told you? How to do a self join? Table name you have to write, but you have to give aliases. Different alias if you provide, only then it will work. Okay. So self join is a normal join. Only thing difference is there that you have to join with the same table itself. Okay. And how can you do this? You have to use the table aliases. You have to assign different names to the table within the query itself. Okay. This is how you can do the self join. Got it? Let's look at this. Compare movies with the same genre, but different rating. So again, same thing is happening here. Let's see what is happening. We're selecting the movie title from the first, movie title from again from the M2 as movie 2, and from M1, M2. How can I do a self join here? I write join movie M1 with movie M2, and then after I write the on condition, right? So on genre is equals to genre. And what is the condition? And the rating of the first movie is greater than the second movie. So what is the result I will get? So Avatar 3 is having better rating than Avatar, but their genre is same. Understood? Interstellar is having greater rating than Avatar, but their genre is same, their action genre. Okay, similarly, comedy will be matched with comedy, horror will be matched with horror, and so on. Got it? So this is how you can use the self join. This is also an advanced type of join. Next, we have the using and the on clause. So when the columns you are joining on the, like, they have the same name, okay, in both the tables, the using clause provides a more concise syntax. Okay, so you use using then the column. This is just a shorthand. Okay, simplify, you can do it. Okay, so how did we used to do, guys? You can see this comparison. Let's copy this. How do we write? So this query, I'll show you how we write. Select name. I'll just simply copy this. Select name, booking from user, join booking. Now here, instead of using, how did we used to write? We used to write the ons clause. So on user ID is equals to user ID. So you can see we use this, no? So this is how we do the join. Select the name from user, do the join with the booking table, and you use on clause. This is the most critical part that I told you here, right? Now you can write a shorthand version. This will give you flexibility if there are complex conditions or when the column names are different. Okay, sometimes what might happen, there might be different column names. This has user ID and this might have user ID booking table, something like this. Some different name might be there. That time you have to use the on clause. Otherwise, if both the column name are same, what you can do, instead of this on, you can just simply write using. Okay, if you write this using, it is also the same thing. You don't have to write it again and again. Okay, that is the benefit of this. Got it? This is just the simple one. Both the queries are same. Just if you're using this using clause, it is much cleaner. But the on clause is more explicit. You properly give the column name. So if the column names are different, then you use on clause. If the column names are same, you can simply use the using clause. Both will give you the same value. Got it? So if I run this and if I run this, both will give you the same results. 14947 rows, 14947 rows. Got it? This is just a comparison between them two. Easy. Practice simplifying joins. Let's move on to lab 2. Let's see what do we have in lab 2. So level 2, retrieve all the bookings with the corresponding user names and emails. So you have to write 2 queries here. Got it? I'll give you 3 minutes for this. Let's see if you're able to solve this one. Okay. Done. Time's up. Let's see. What do we need? We need the username. Select user ID, the name, email, the booking ID. I'll just quickly add dot, dot. Booking ID we can get from booking table, and booking date time also we can get from booking table. Okay, till here from user, then you do join or inner join, both are the same thing. Join booking B user U. Okay, till here the query will be the same. Okay, it will be the same query. Now here, if you use using, just write using, and then what is the common here? User ID is the common thing. Write user ID. If I run this, I'll get query is working. What is the other way? So till here it is same. Now you can use the on clause. So I'll say on u dot user ID. Explicitly, I will have to mention this, right? So b dot user ID, that is booking dot user ID and user dot user ID. And as you can see, both are giving us the same result, exact same result. Why? Because both the user and the booking tables, they share a column called as user ID. So this is one difference that I wanted to show you guys, that you can use either using clause if the column names are similar, or you can use the on clause if the column names are not the same. Got it? Okay. So let's move on to the next one. What do we have? Next, we have the natural join. Okay. So natural join, it will automatically join table based on the columns that have the same name in the table. You don't have to specify the join condition. So if there is the same name, okay, it will automatically join. You don't even need to specify the condition. Okay. Now, one advice that I would like to give you, that you have to use natural join. Again, you have to be very cautious when you're using this, because it will cause unintended matches. Sometimes different tables have same column names, right? But you don't want them to join based on that, right? So natural join can be, it can join, you don't unintentionally, you don't want to join those columns, but it will still join them, right? So this behavior, it can lead to incorrect results. Okay, and this is definitely discouraged if you are in a production environment. Okay, in production code, you have to be explicit. Use the joins using on or using. Okay, do not use the natural join. But I wanted to show you that yes, there is natural join. It will join based on the common column name. So let's copy this. Let's test this query out. Select star from movie where a natural join a review. If I run this query, you will see it will automatically join on the movie ID column. Got it? Okay. So you do, as you can see, I have not explicitly specified the condition here, but I'm still getting the result. That is the power of your natural join. What does it do? It will automatically join tables based on the columns that have the same name in both the tables. Okay, no join condition is required. As simple as that. Next, what do we have? We have joins with aggregation. So you can combine the join clauses with aggregate functions. Okay, what are the aggregate functions, guys? We have the count, sum, average, max, right? These are called as the aggregate functions, which is used to do the aggregation. right? And you can use the join with group by as well. Okay, it will produce powerful summary reports. Okay, like what we have here. Let's see. The total bookings per movie. This is what we're getting out of this query. This is pretty standard. Select title. Here you can see I'm doing the aggregation here, right? Count of booking ID, and then I'm giving it an alias. This is a column alias, right? Then from movie table, I want to select, I want to join the show table. Why? Because booking ID does not have a movie ID. Let's see, let's just confirm that. As you can see, there is no movie ID. So I need an intermediary table, which is the show table, correct? So based on the show table, I will join, and then the booking table has the show ID. So I can join the movie and booking, and I can fetch these two things, which is the title and the booking ID. Okay, and then I can do the group by title. So this query, it will first join the three tables. Okay, it will link movies to their bookings. That will happen. Movies and bookings are linked. Then what it will do, it will then group the results by the movie title. After it has done the grouping, okay, only then it will go and it will count the number of bookings for each movie. Understood? This is the format that the joins with aggregation works in. Understood? What will happen first? Number one, all three tables are linked. Okay, this is the first step. What will happen? After this, what will happen? Grouping will happen. So grouping based on movie title. This is the second step. After this, after it has been grouped, then count of number of bookings for each movie title. Got it? This is how the join works with aggregation. This is the format that it will follow. What will happen? First, every table will be joined. Then the group by clause will execute. Results will be grouped by the movie title. After it has been grouped, then the count of the booking ID will be displayed. Understood? This is how joins works with aggregation. Okay. Again, in this case also, let's see. Okay, look at this query. What will happen first? Will it be join? Will it be group by, or is it the sum of? What will happen first? You can type in the chat. First join will happen, first group by will happen, or first aggregate function will happen. So the inner select statement. So first we will join the user and the booking. Okay, now these two tables are joined. Now the grouping will happen based on the username. After the grouping has happened, what will happen? The sum of the total cost will be calculated. Got it? This is how it will work. So if I run this query, you can see, I can see the name and the total spent. So first, what will happen? User and booking are joined. Then they are grouped by the username, and then the total spent will be calculated for that particular user. I hope you have understood. Let's see the next one. Next, we have to worry about the conditional joins. So you can add filtering conditions directly into your joins as well. This is done in the where clause. Okay, after the joins are specified. Okay, this is more readable and this will allow the database optimizer more flexibility. Okay, see this query. Name, booking ID, join, we are doing where in the where clause, we are doing the filtering itself. As you can see, where, and then here we're doing the, is it greater than or equal to? So the query first joins the user and bookings, and then it will apply the where clause. Okay. Where clause, it is used to combine the result set for the records. Whatever value it is given, no, based on that value, it will give you the result. So this is how conditional things work. After the join, you can use a where statement, and then you can do the conditional join. Okay, you will filter the conditions directly into your joins. So let's do this last lab. You'll be able to do this, and then I want you to fill the form that I will be sharing with you. Calculate the total bookings per movie. I will give you 3 minutes for this, and then I will give you a form to fill the answer for this. Okay, so I'll give you the form where you can submit this solution. Don't worry if it is not correct. What you have submitted it, that is what is important. Link I have shared with you. Kindly submit this. Even if you don't know, you can try to submit something. Because we will be tracking these interactions. The email ID is getting fetched, everything will be tracking. Be validating this as well. Okay. So that's it for today, everyone. I hope you have understood about the different advanced joins. Yeah. Uh, there are some topics remaining. That is the reason we'll be covering those tomorrow as well. We'll be doing most likely a YouTube live stream tomorrow, in which we will be covering the rest of the topics. And let me tell you, our batch is a little ahead. Other batches, they're still learning about joins, advanced joins. So we'll be covering that as well. And what we had planned for tomorrow, which is the ADL and the NIME overview, we'll be taking that on Tuesday. Tuesday also will be doing a live stream in which we'll be interacting with you, and we'll be available live. You can interact us within the chat. And yeah, I hope you have understood about the advanced joins, how to use them, the using clause versus the on clause, conditional joins, how you can do it, joins with aggregation, the natural join, and the different types of join like inner, out, left outer, right outer, full outer, how to do full outer, how to simulate it, right? So yeah, that's it from my end, everyone. I hope you have understood all of this. If you have any questions,